Sometimes I look in the mirror and see something that I hate. Like, why is my skin not clearing? How can I motivate myself and my predecessors? It helps when I send a message to people who need the leverage. As long as I help a soul, I'll be fine. Pick up the phone, share opinions, and keep your thoughts on the line. Tell all the trace that you married, ex for divorce at the time. Self-inflicted bullet wounds, must have been a past life. Deeper thoughts than meets creation. Writer's block since last night. I'm looking for something else. Yes, I don't know what it is. It's flipping my life in circles and squares and the pies and grids. Focus right, the poems are right, the culture likes the series. How I know I'm right, my soul ignites and vultures nesting in me. Keep it kosher, just be weary. What you wrote in the past keeps me held down to my roots, cause God said the first shall be last. You're in a federal prison of your own making, that's living through hesitation. Living but not beginning to formulate true creation. Lord, read the text but keep the mess, I don't need no mistaking. Lord, running miles from block to block, I don't know what they chasing. Lord, teach me what you know and I won't keep it to myself. We need so cause there's no love cause they too busy in themselves. Those city getting hot and people dying. Is this hell? And it's heaven in our crowns? Cause king is getting hard to tell. I never fell cause I do feel. In 1999 was the year they sent to kill you. I'm all for one, I'm all for you, I'm all for love and a dream come true. I fix the repercussions, a long time meant for budding, so every tree could be exactly what it is and stunning. I'm all for one, I'm all for you, I'm all for love and a dream come true. I fix the repercussions, a long time meant for budding, so every tree could be exactly what it is and stunning. Yeah.
James, I'm sending my invoice later. That cost $9.
Okay, y'all ready? Remember, start off where we off with Kuma leaving the chair and his perspective. You remember mom raising child.
Move like rats, move in packs, a whiff of that cheese.
Hello, good evening, people. Welcome back to Let's Be Honest podcast. I'm your host, Unique, and we're here to talk about the state of the Black Business Network, the U.S. Black Business Network, and some of the challenges that we're faced here in Rhode Island currently. And a lot of the challenges I feel we have is the battle of the sexes, if you will. You know, they talk about the manosphere and strong, independent women. And we have to really learn how we have to foster these relationships to get better so we can do better and change the scope. Because black businesses should be and is all about black excellence. But us being divided, it hurts us and it doesn't showcase what we're really capable of. I'm here with Nikki. How you doing, Nikki?
Hello, I'm well.
Tell me about yourself.
My name is Nikki. You may also know me as Nitasha, also Spunky Brewster.
For sure.
I'm born and raised in Rhode Island. I grew up on the east side as well as Fox Point. I'm American Indian, a tribal member of the Narragansett Mashapag Native tribe, with my descendants from the Narragansett Indian tribe. I work in sales. I sell health insurance for a local nonprofit organization, and I also have my own business, and I am also a trusted resource in the community.
That's what's up. She's an entrepreneur. See, I'm an entrepreneur as well, and that's the thing that I've noticed. We as a black people, we're really interested in business. However, we always find ourselves working for people as opposed to working with one another and people working for us. Now, one of the things that I wanted to bring to light is, like I said initially, is why do you feel there's only 4% of the businesses here in Rhode Island are black owned and operated?
A lot of it, I would say, is the resources or not knowing how to access the resources, because some people are afraid to put themselves out there.
Okay.
And when I say that, a lot of that is they're afraid to go to different events and network. You know, they want to stay stuck in their immediate circle.
The comfort zone is what you're saying.
And be complacent. And that's not really where you thrive at. You want to be able to sit at tables and be the diverse or the 1% in the room. But a lot of it is definitely having access to resources and knowing where to go and get those resources from. So some people don't know where to start, and a lot of it starts within yourself.
Absolutely. One of the things that I feel happens all the time, and I think we touched based on this a little earlier, it has a lot to do with most systems or most societies, and even though I feel like community has been eroded, if you will, the problem that is faced is it's always been a system of it's not what you know, but who you know. So if you know the right people, if you know the right politicians, then you have access to resources. But if you don't know the right people, okay, you don't know the right circles to be in, then you don't have access to resources. The other thing that I see being a real huge problem is the fact that people get intimidated by intelligence. People get really, really intimidated by beautiful women. You know, like I believe, like a lot of people look at me and they hear me speak. They think I'm like a male chauvinist pig, for lack of a better term, because I'm all man every day, all day. But honestly, what it is that I believe in gender roles. I believe in being a man, and I've spent my entire life working to be a man for the right woman. You get it? And then when I became an adult, women are like, no gender roles. Hey, you can cook too. You can clean too. You know what I mean? I can be a boss too. And with all of those things being said, it kind of threw me for a loop. It was like, what do you mean? I spent my entire youth trying to be the best man I possibly can be, and every woman, my dad was like, man up. My mom said, man up.
Right.
And now they're like, you let the woman lead. I'm like, huh?
See, I feel as though that it's okay for a woman to have her own sense of self. I personally want to have my own sense of self because it makes you feel whole. And when you feel whole, you feel as though that you can provide and you can give, you know? Because when you're blessed, you can bless others. But I think in today's world that we live in, a lot has changed, and the women are starting to evolve in higher positions. The organization that I do work for, the CEO is a woman, and her peers under her are women. The leadership group is women. And with that being said, we're a 5-star plan.
I'm with you.
So,
I like that.
you know, because it softens a lot of things. And sometimes a man doesn't want to hear what a woman has to say.
Okay.
Without arguing or debating.
I'm with you.
That's not what we're going to do.
Okay, I'm with
Okay?
you. Go ahead.
But sometimes you need that woman because again, I have sat inside of a women's summit, and even if you do your research, you want to be the 51%, has to be women owned, because
don't mind me. If you say
Don't
the 51%,
laugh, 'cause I will get
I'm gonna chuckle. Don't be offended either, because I'm gonna laugh. But go ahead.
So there was a
Continue.
point in time when women couldn't go apply for a loan.
You are right.
For a business loan.
I'm black,
Without
remember?
having,
But go ahead.
we're not even gonna put color into
You
it.
have to.
We're not gonna put color into it
We
yet.
have to. This is
Not
the U.S.
yet.
Black Business Network.
Okay,
But go ahead.
but
I'm with
women,
you. Go ahead.
black women, a woman is a woman.
Absolutely.
Her role is a gender is a woman. She's a female. On her license, She's a female. On her birth certificate, she's a female.
Okay.
So when she went to go apply for a loan, a business loan, she would be denied. She would need a man alongside her to apply for that loan.
Okay.
And this is back in what, the 80s?
Okay.
Okay? So here we are in 2023. There are different resource groups for women-owned businesses.
Absolutely.
Because
I'm
they
glad you said
need
that.
that diversity. And businesses need that diversity. Banks need that diversity. Corporations and organizations need that diversity.
I hear you.
Because it then stands for, okay, we have that to talk to in our proposals, right? Our RFPs.
Yeah.
When we're asking for grants, I have women-owned businesses. I now have black-owned businesses.
Women-owned black businesses.
And it's
I get you.
organic.
It is organic?
It's organic.
Can I speak now?
So we eat organic food.
I hear you. I like that.
You go to Whole Foods,
You're
right?
You're right. I
Right?
love that organic stuff.
Right?
But let's be organic. Can I speak now? Because you said a lot, and that was a lot to digest. And if I may, okay, we don't live in an all-woman society.
We don't.
So what you just spoke of in your business, where you at right now, is you're promoting women. See, a lot of people are not paying attention, okay, to the fact that the more you promote women, because back in the day, there was a society, first of all, one of the songs that most people don't realize that's so huge for women, it starts off like this. This is a man's world. But guess what he says? But I would be nothing.
Without,
I would be nothing without a woman. And I really feel that way. But society done flipped itself on its head. When you watch television and I'm on LinkedIn and all these different buildings and companies, like they talk about the MBE and there's a WBE, which is the Minority Business Enterprise and things of those natures. They're promoting and they're encouraging women to, and they're giving women a leg up in a sense, which
Absolutely.
I don't mind. But we have sons out here who's watching the same news. What are you telling them?
that's telling that son you need a woman.
A woman is more important than a man.
Absolutely
and when
not.
you said
It's
51,
equal.
wait, I gotta get this off. I gotta get this off. When you said 51%, that is not equal.
Okay, women, which camera were we on?
Don't worry about it, she got you.
Ladies, if you ever go into business with a man, make sure that you are the 51%
Okay.
of that business,
Okay.
or else you will fail.
So
You will not get the loans that you need. You will not get the grants that you need.
Okay.
It's true. This is a true
that means
fact.
the society
If you
as
go
a
to-
whole is conditioned
if you go
to give
to-
a woman a leg up based off of what you're saying.
No, it's saying that we need to pull the women from beneath and bring them up
So
top.
let's talk about that. Because what happens when you talk about race, when you don't want to talk about race, okay? When you talk about the 1980s and you talk about the 1970s, black men couldn't get jobs,
Right.
okay? See, when you talk about it's time to uplift our women, right? You got to think the civil rights movement, okay? Who stood up for Rosa Parks? Men shed their lives. Like, what you got to remember is even during slavery, we jumped the broom. That means men died for all the rights of everybody here, okay? When people talk about Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, he was a great man, but they want to break him down because he was promiscuous? That's wrong.
But every man faces temptation.
We all face temptations, women too. Like today, there's statistics that say 30% of children who mothers are saying that this guy is your dad happens to not be. That's 1/3 of the population. Women are lying on men. We don't want to talk about that. But what I want to talk about is this, okay? When we think about our communities, Who's heading of our household? Who's been leading our households?
So here's the thing.
Answer the question, please.
It's a 50-50 thing.
It's not.
It honestly is.
It is not.
It honestly is. Growing up from where I come from, a lot of the men didn't have the opportunity. You want to know why?
That's my point.
Do you want to
Go
know
ahead.
why?
Go ahead.
Because they were stuck inside of the judicial system.
That's exactly my
and
point.
and they was placed in there because of the color of the skin that they had. So with that being said, those men were afraid to go out and one, create their own business because they was hidden from the fact that they can, right? Because they didn't put themselves out there and put themselves in a different network because they wanted to stay at that level in the street mentality. And it's okay, you can have a street mentality, but you still got to think corporate. No matter what business you have, I don't care if it's a dollar store, if it's a corner store, you still need to think corporate because at the end of the day, you still need to file your taxes.
I'm corporate.
You need to pay your employees and you need to keep your doors open.
Absolutely.
And they will look for any loophole for you being a black business owner to take your business.
You're right.
Because that's just how this world is created.
But remember what I just said to you about how men, specifically black men, died for your rights. Okay? They fight for you. There's never a day on the planet Earth where a woman can scream help and a man don't come help her. Okay? Now we understand, guess who's usually attacking that woman? A man. Okay? So you need men to defend you. But the problem that I see today often is we're clashing with one another. You got songs. Sierra has a great man that she's dissing, talking about, I don't need no man, ladies, are you with me?
That's not what she's saying.
She's saying that. She did. She has
Listen,
a song like that. You know Cardi B?
As an artist, you're going to put out what you know people want to hear.
That's a problem.
You're going to talk about sex, drugs, and money.
Name
That
another
is going to pop.
Name another community, okay? Another communities that's doing that.
All communities are doing that.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
Name it. Name a song from the Latino community that's saying
Daddy Yankee, whatever that guy's name is,
They don't
Bad
do
Bunny.
that. They don't. I'm talking about the women screaming.
Shakira, like yeah, they
She's
do.
not, she's
yeah,
not.
they do.
She's
J
saying
Lo,
hips.
yes,
No way.
they do.
No, okay.
I promise you,
Anyway,
they do.
J Lo comes from my community. Okay, so I know her personally. Okay.
She's an urban woman, right?
Yeah.
She's grown up in the
Spanish.
Bronx.
I'm from the Bronx.
She's a Latina,
Yes,
right?
but
she knows how to play that white card.
See,
so for her, she would date a white man
You know who
to
gave her break?
progress herself
You know who gave her her break?
through life.
Do you know who gave
And
her?
she's smart.
Do you know who gave her her break?
She's a business-minded woman.
She took advantage of African American people, okay? So this is what you may not be aware of, okay? White people became prominent off of the backs of black people.
Yeah, they sat at my family's table.
Okay, I know. Okay? What I'm saying to you is we are inventors of almost everything, but we don't own the patents of those things.
That's because people don't know how to go out and get
And
it.
what I'm- because
And
that's
again,
their
it's
system.
because they don't place themselves at those tables.
Because that's their system.
It's because they want to be stuck in the mind.
There was laws against reading and writing. Are you aware of
James,
that?
we all have cell phones.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about today. See, the concept is this, okay? If, you know the welfare system?
Yeah, I don't touch it.
Okay, but there was a lot of people who did, okay? What I'm trying to explain to you is in the history, and then we're going to get back to what we're doing today to combat this, okay? But I want to talk about the history real quick, okay?
Okay.
Okay, in the history, it was illegal to read and write for an African American man or a
Right,
slave.
because they don't want
Okay.
you to have access to what others have
Bingo.
access to.
You are so right.
Can I make a point?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so COVID, right? 2020,
Absolutely.
right? We all had nothing but time, right?
Yeah.
To do research, to read things,
I worked,
to
but go
learn,
ahead.
to learn something new about ourselves,
Yeah.
to pick up a new trade, to learn something new,
Yeah.
right? So what I did I learned how to buy penny stock.
That's what's up.
I had money was flowing, and I'm like, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with this money. Because there's no way that all this money is coming to me and I'm just gonna be spending it foolishly.
You're right.
So what I did, I had Cash App. So I had Cash App. Cash App allows you to buy stock. Then I had, what's the second app? There's another little black one.
I only do Cash App. But
There's
go ahead.
another little app that you can buy
There's a plenty of apps that you can buy.
Robinhood.
Okay, yeah.
in Robinhood.
Ooh, they robbed one big.
Oh yeah,
cup
he
of the
robbed the
world.
hood. They
Yeah, go
they
ahead.
named it a very good name for
Yeah,
a reason. Robin the
They,
Hood.
They robbed GameStop. That's
Yes.
what they did. They trumped
So
up.
what I did was I was looking for the little, oh, this is $1. I'm gonna buy this. Throw $100 in here. One of the stocks that I had purchased was Hertz. Hertz had like tanked during the
COVID, of
pandemic.
course, but you knew it was going to come back. Go
So
ahead.
I'm like to my friends, oh my God, like, and again, this is the trusted resource that I am.
Yep.
You guys, you gotta really go and buy this stock. Like, just take $100 and just buy it, whatever. I shared it with a few friends. Some didn't want to budge. Some was like, you know what? She probably is right, and did buy it.
They could afford $100 because the government was.
What do you
giving
got to
away money.
lose?
Go
It's
ahead.
$100.
Go ahead.
Don't spend what you can't afford to lose. That's my biggest thing.
I'm with you.
So we bought the stock. I'm in the market, getting food, go home, stock my cabinets. And I'm like, let me just go in. And I seen it just skyrocket. It like went all the way up.
Of course.
I
Because
was
when
like,
the world opened up, when the world opened up.
No, this is when it was still, this was May
Yeah.
of 2020. I had purchased the stock in April.
You know when the world opened up?
The world opened up when? June?
2021. The summer.
Well, fully.
the summer.
Yes, but I had purchased the stock, and then I had hit my other people up, and I'm like, check your Cash App. So we all gained something from that.
How much did you make, if you don't
Now,
mind me asking?
I don't discuss
Okay.
numbers.
So let me.
But I
yeah.
definitely did make a good, probably a good 500% off of what I
That's
put
what's
into it.
up. Okay, I'm a math guy, so I
Right.
know if you give me a
So
the
I made a
percentage,
very
know.
good, I made a
Okay.
very good dollar amount,
And
you
I'm
know?
with you. Have you
And
Have you ever heard of community economics?
so this is where I'm taking it.
Okay, go ahead.
So when I went to Nathan Bishop in 7th and 8th grade, my history teacher, he used, and this is when you would have to have a newspaper to see what was on the news, or unless you sat in front of the TV. So he used to do stock with us all the time.
So he did like widgets and all that stuff.
Nope, he used to just bring in and he'd be like, all right, you tell me what business company you want to
Shout him
buy
out. What's his
into.
name?
Mr. Creel.
Okay.
Todd Creel.
Okay.
And he said, you know, this is what you want to buy. And he was a young guy at the time. He was like 30 and we was 15. He was like, you know, these stocks is teaching us. So I always, and I worked in finance. I worked with big banks and corporations. But those are things that they didn't give us access to growing up.
right.
So that when you were 25 years old, you had a wealthy bank account because you was investing in different, you was putting your money in different buckets. So unless you're in that space, you'll never know what's out there. So I worked for a 529 college savings. I worked for annuities. I worked for a life insurance, health insurance. People think that health insurance is the most important factor. No, it's these other investment vehicles. It's life insurance. You know, you get your universal life, you overfund it.
Absolutely.
Get that money back from
you're talking
yourself.
about whole term life insurance.
I'm talking
Basically,
about universal life.
That's whole
Yes.
term. So just so everybody's aware, when people talk about whole term or universal life insurance, what you do is you can borrow against that money. When you buy a policy or whatnot, you can borrow against that. And
You have a
use it-
cash value and then
Exactly.
you have a death benefit.
Exactly.
So
And
there are
you
two
can-
different buckets that you are filling up. Your death benefit is never going to change.
Yep.
However, it will increase over the years
Of course.
as you keep and maintain
Mature, yeah.
that policy. Now, everyone is outliving their life expectancy. How
Mm-hmm.
do I know this? I sit in a health insurance office and I talk to 99-year-old individuals. And I'm very grateful because they have so much wisdom. And I feel like during COVID, the world that we live in, it can't sustain financially to support everyone that's on Medicare. So we pay into Medicare every paycheck. And they rob us every paycheck,
Can I tell
dollar
you-
for dollar.
Can I tell you what it is?
Let me get there.
Go ahead.
That when you turn 65, they give you Kool-Aid. They tell you, sip this. You're gonna get $1,100 to $2,000 a month from us.
Let me ask you a question.
Sip it slow.
Let me ask you a question, okay? And this is, I hear everything you're saying, and everything you say sounds good, except,
But these are things that people need to know
and I'm with you. However,
because they hid this from us.
I'm with you, but now
At
I
15,
listened to what you said.
16, 17,
You're
18,
right.
19, 20,
Look,
21.
I don't want to wait till I'm 65 years old.
Right, you gotta start
to
now.
to enjoy my life. But
You
let
have
me-
to start now.
Let me finish what I'm trying to say to you, okay? If you look at businesses, okay, I'll give you an example. Do you know when Cash App started?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, it can't be more than 6 years old. Okay, that's a multi-billion-dollar company now.
Right.
You know Uber. Okay, do you know what Uber does?
It's like one of those tech commerce.
All it is an app that connects you with people who have cars who's willing to take you from point A to point B.
And these people
Okay.
are putting their cars and vehicles at liability and risk.
No, they not. The insurance take care of that. But this is what my point that I'm making about community economics is what you're talking about when they talk about health insurance and stocks and things of that nature. Really, you're funding.
Your future self.
No, you're not. Well, maybe your future self, but to me, you're funding people who are taking $20 million a year salaries. You're funding people who literally take $100 million a year salaries. When you think of, like, first of all, Mark Zuckerberg is a thief. You know who he is, right?
Yeah, but we all download into him every day.
You're right,
we wake
because-
up
wait.
and we go right to that blue app because we need to see what's
You
on
are
it.
so right, but this is what I said about community economics, okay? And this is what U.S. Black Business Network is about. It's about creating businesses for us, by us. Remember FUBU? I loved FUBU, okay? I loved FUBU. FUBU was about for us, by us. You get where I'm coming from? And when I look at every day, we all go, I got some hair grease from the Chinese. Why don't we sell our own people our hair grease, our lotions? In every major city, in America, you have a Chinese person who's selling us our hair care products.
Yeah, because they found a target.
No, what they did is this.
Market.
What they did is this. It's called community economics, okay? What they did is they got together as a team, right? Okay? They got together as a team and they pooled their money. They saw a need. If you think, when the immigrants came over here, the first communities they came over was us. When they denied us loans, guess who they gave loans to?
To them.
To the Chinese.
But do
Wait,
you
let me
understand
finish.
that culture, they all live together in one house
that's-
because they all can get along?
I just said a community. Didn't I say
And-
community economics? And that's exactly my point. Now, what I'm saying to you is the U.S. Black Business Network is all about us coming together.
Okay,
I'm
so
a tech guy. Wait. I'm a tech guy. You're in finance. You're in insurance. Now, us working together, right? You can help me build everybody having podcasts. You see? That's the network. When I was talking about Uber, saying there's an app, when they made it convenient for us to be able to utilize the apps to get resources so we can go from point A to point B, we started using. They found the need, and they supplied us with it. But we're here at the grassroots. We know our needs better than anybody else. But the problem is here I am with all the technical skills that I have, right? And I'm saying, hey, Nikki, come with me. You know that $100 penny stock that you did with Hertz? Throw that in the kitty over here so we can do this because I know finance too. Now, if you have 1,000 people who put $100 up, right? And we all put that money in one bank, and the bank sees that money coming through that, okay? And we said, I would like you to lend me $100,000. okay, guess what they would do? They would lend us that $100,000. For 1,000 of us to contribute $100, right, is no money. When I go to the bar, what do I spend?
Oh, James. Come on.
I'm just keeping it a buck
I'm
with
like,
you. I need a
be
drink.
nice to me. I am going to serve you. Please be nice.
But you know how
In
it
my
is.
bartending days.
But
I'm like,
I tip.
James is here. It was like a light went off and everybody was like, and I'm like, but he's only going to come right over here because
Yep.
I know his drinks.
Absolutely. I'm always
He wants a
come
whole
in.
round for,
Yeah.
okay.
But
Thumbs
you see
up.
that?
I
So-
got
so
you.
pull us 1,000 of us together to contribute $100. We take that $100 and we buy a beauty supply store that all of us.
But
buy
that's
our
not
stuff
recession
from.
proof.
Yeah, it is
And I think
recession proof. What?
it's not.
Name a black woman. Okay.
It's not recession proof.
Name a black woman who do not take pride in their hair.
Sitting in my basement.
I don't know a woman.
right, so-
I don't know a woman that's
We just went through
Go ahead.
a pandemic.
Absolutely.
We've seen businesses close
I did.
where people did not even know what to expect next.
Mm-hmm.
They were scared and they didn't know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a stage and in a point in life right now that, given the fact that our phone is the greatest resource,
Absolutely.
we need to be building generational wealth.
That's
You
what I'm
cannot
talking
motivate anyone to do anything unless they know what's in it for themselves.
I'm glad
you
you talked about
cannot
that.
bring 1,000 people together and ask them for $1,000 because we're gonna go to the bank and ask for a loan. No, that person needs to know what that purpose is
I'm glad you said
and
that.
how it's gonna go back to them and what it will create.
So let me tell you, okay? So when I said that $1,000, that's a small number, okay? When you think of the population about black people here in America, okay, it's a huge number. And I just told you about how much money I spend when I'm buying drinks, okay? But
By the way, Patron does pay bills. Liquor is recession proof. It will never go out of style. People stock up on wine because they like fine wine, and the longer you keep it closed, it does age.
I
Fine
got you.
wine.
Now let
People
me speak.
celebrate. People
when the recession hit,
Cry.
I bought a case of Hennessy.
See?
Okay, and I bought a
because
case
you thought
of
it was
Patron.
because you
okay?
thought there was gonna be no more.
No, I thought everybody was gonna buy it. Now everybody's home, so I thought they was gonna get drunk. To be honest with you, I said, let me get my case of Henny. You know how I do. And I got my case of Patron, okay, and a couple of other things. But more importantly, what I also did is I secured acres of land
You see,
down south.
as you should.
Okay, and this is what generational wealth is about. Okay, but also like what you also first was speaking about, you was always talking about education and lack of resources.
Right.
Okay, so here in Rhode Island, what we're doing on April 22nd, we're having a Black Business networking event right here at Halo Lounge.
Shout out to
Okay?
Halo.
Shout out to Halo. Okay, and what we'll be doing next week is we'll be touching base on what I'm doing with the acres of land. What I'm doing is I'm building modular homes to put the C back in community. When I talk about community economics, I'm not just talking about it. I love what you was talking about when you said penny stocks and things of that nature. It's just, for me, when I think of that, it's still investing in somebody who owns a company like Hertz for them to advance their companies, to be able to put more branches out for us to actually spend our money, okay? So what I'm talking about doing is us investing in our communities by building homes. So right now, before the year's out, I'm supposed to be developing at least 7 more homes.
Congratulations
Thank you
to
very
you.
much. But more importantly, every house that I sell, I'll be giving at least $100,000 worth of equity out to our people, which will give people the idea to understand when you buy land and you build upon it, that land becomes worth more. Okay, now I could be greedy. Okay, let's say I build a house that's worth $350,000. I could sell that house for $350,000.
Oh, they're in Rhode Island, robbing the hood.
And that's why
I watch it all the time, and you guys are.
Gentrification is real.
It's terrible. You know, for you to buy. Okay, you go. I watch them auction off houses. You know, kudos to everybody that got their real estate license. You know, more props to you, but you're not even allowing people to sustain themselves in the houses that you're selling them. You're buying houses and then you're kicking people out. So you're causing poverty.
That's here.
Here.
Because
it happens.
That's gentrification. So
you're
what they're
causing
doing
poverty.
What they're doing is this.
You're jacking up the rent.
Yep.
And shout out to my landlord because I'm a good tenant. I'm a very, if I live here, I'm living here. And we have an open discussion. And he's never raised the rent on me. Even after the pandemic, he's never raised the rent on me.
That's what's up.
And I'm very grateful for that.
But you said you came from the east side.
I did.
So you've seen firsthand what's happening.
I've
over
seen
on the
my
east
grandmother's
side.
house be sold.
Okay.
You know.
And that's what I'm saying, because our community, what's happening, there's a lot of erosion that's taking place in the community. And you know why there's erosion taking place in our communities? Is because there's erosion taking place in our families. When we spoke about the Chinese, you said they all come together.
Yeah, and you know, like there has been many of times that, you know, I've been in an environment or a room with another woman that's like myself, doing the same thing as myself. Like, hey, do you want to get out and go into the community and do one big event? No, and it's fine. I just know that that's not my outlet.
Yeah.
Sometimes my outlet is a guy. But what ends up happening is the man becomes intimidated by me because of the way I show up. And women gravitate towards me. I have a place in my heart for women and children.
I know you do.
Because I'm a mom.
I get you.
Because I'm a woman,
get you.
because I know what it is to be on that side and still have to stand for something and understand that sometimes it's not your turn. You know, you need to go back to the drawing board and gather what you need. So when you do come back, you have it.
You're right. But
And
see,
the
like,
door's open for you.
now, when you say women, like, they identify with you, I get the complete opposite. You know, a lot of women look at me thinking that I think I know it all. You know what I mean? And it's not about knowing it all for me. I think it has more to do with when I'm passionate about something.
Right.
I'm gonna dive.
Me too.
deep, okay. And
I'm passionate about my purpose.
And that's what I walk with purpose.
Very much.
Okay?
And I light the fucking path up.
And that's what we're about. But what I see is needed far too. I see we need. It's not even a want anymore. We need to come together. Because for far too long we have been divided, and they're still trying to divide us in the media. Okay, like when they say, women, let's build up women's businesses. So technically, the reason why I say women's businesses, I understand the social dynamic really well. Okay, however, when it comes to certain jobs like working in the oil field and on the oil rigs, those are jobs that a lot of women don't gravitate to.
But I know a woman that does work.
There's always exceptions to it.
I know a woman that does
Listen,
work
a woman.
with the big dogs.
Okay, a woman. G.I. Jane, salute
And I
to
kudo
you, G.I.
I kudo Paula. I kudo her.
Listen.
I kudo her
Shout out
because
to- look.
that's very attractive.
Okay,
I
shout
think
out
that's
to
very
your-
that's very feminine
Yo, shout
for
out
her to
to
be
your
able
G.I.
to.
Janes. I'm
no,
just keeping it a buck. No.
She's-
I said shout out to your
Listen,
G.I. Janes.
listen,
What's up?
Paula, I kudos you because you get up and she's not afraid. And again, it goes back to you have to put yourself in them spaces. No one's gonna go out and get you. No one's gonna go out and get you. Nobody is. You have to learn to have a seat at the table. It does not matter. You need that diverse.
But you're missing my point. The point that I'm trying to make is there's certain fields that are dominated by men.
Right. I've been in a sales team with
Okay,
men.
But the point that I'm trying to make behind that is this. Okay? Is saying there's certain, like in today's market when we're talking about building homes.
Right.
You're talking about pouring foundations. You get where I'm coming from? When you're talking about lifting 200 pounds, okay? There's jobs like that we need men who can do them, okay?
Well, yeah, for the testosterone, of course.
Exactly. So what I'm saying to you about everything is...
But I can guarantee.
Wait, let
Wait,
me
hold on.
finish. No,
Wait.
No, because
I can guarantee there's a woman in that office operating them books.
That's what I was going to say. Now,
Because she has to nurture the fact
can I
to
say
keep
this?
it operating.
But can I say this, though? See, the point that I'm making is how we need each other. See, every time I start talking about a man, a woman gets defensive thinking I'm like, forget women.
We do need to foster.
And I'm not saying
We
that.
do need to foster the relationships between men and women.
That's what I'm saying.
come together.
And what I'm saying is as a man, when I speak about men, what's the first thing you do?
I do get offended.
Bingo.
You want to know why?
You can't.
Because you try to minimize
I'm not.
the woman
I'm not.
in her own space.
I'm not. I'm telling you.
And again, I've been in the corporate world.
Yeah.
I've been in the entrepreneur world.
Yeah.
And I've been in the nightlife world. And I'm very good with the initiative.
That's called
I'm
the
very
social
great.
dynamic. That's what I said.
These brunches that people are having, I'm going to bring it back to 2019.
That's the social dynamic.
I've
I
had
get
a
that.
brunch inside of this space, and one of the promoters, I had said to him, it was my birthday, I said, I want to do a brunch for my birthday. Oh, that's so dope. We should. I said, yes, I'm going to do a brunch for my birthday, and we're going to do it right here, and you can promote it. And that's what he did. So he put my name on the promotion with him.
Yep.
And we got a lot of people in here. I plugged in the chef. Wen did the shopping. We did the all of it. Second time came around, did another one. Third time came around, what happens?
He took advantage of you.
He took advantage of me and wedged me in between him and another guy. And I said, who is this third person? Because you never came and talked about it with me. Oh, nah, chill. He knows mad people.
No paperwork?
It's okay. It was just at first I didn't take it serious. Okay. Because again, it was for my birthday.
Okay.
And I wanted to have a
When is
day.
your birthday, by the way?
It actually is Saturday.
It is Saturday.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
What you doing, by the way?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness. We have to figure that
I'm
one out,
winging
okay?
it.
Okay, you're going to wing it this year.
I'm gonna wing it.
Let me know what she's doing. Let everybody
I might be
say,
on a jet. I might be
with jet?
in the first
Okay.
class.
Okay.
I don't know.
Just let me know, okay? I want to know. Happy birthday,
Thank
Nikki.
you.
Okay, and I appreciate
Thank
you for
you.
being here.
Of
And I
course.
love having conversations with you. And like I said, the reason why we having conversations like that is because I see clearly every time a man screams, men do this, there's literally 10 women that going, don't forget about us.
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes the man should take the back seat and just let the woman drive. It's okay. I promise you that.
So, man, look,
it's
if
okay.
If every time a man screams, right, hey, we men are good, and you have 10 women screaming, don't forget about women, whose voice is being not heard?
The woman's.
See, it's funny.
So here's the thing, ladies.
Go ahead.
People will buy you, just don't sell yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you sell yourself, you've lost yourself.
Mm-hmm.
The money stops coming.
Our ethics are eroded today.
Yeah, so, it's kind of tough because, again, I'm only speaking on experience, you know, and I've been in those spaces that, the men, they love me and what I come with. But the same reason why you love me is the reason why you're going to hate me later.
You want to know what I want to hear from you? Because, again, shout out to my women. I need to hear you say shout out to us men.
Shout out to the men.
Thank you.
Shout out to the
Thank you.
fathers.
Say it again,
Shout out to the
please.
black man.
Yeah.
I love
now
me
we
a black
talking.
man. I'm in love with a black
Thank
man.
you
I will
very
take
much.
care of black
There
men.
it
And
is. All
and you
right.
said that women don't cook, they don't
Uh-huh.
clean. I don't know what kind of woman that is, but that will
Okay.
never be me.
Good.
My mother did not teach me that way.
Okay.
And it all starts in the home.
Shout out to Nikki for cooking and cleaning.
Shout
I
out
like
to the
that.
Watson family. Happy
Hey,
birthday to my mom.
Let's get it, ladies. Let's see what it is.
You
because
know,
I'm gonna be
and-
honest with you. A way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
Yeah,
Still to
but
this day.
you know, like it's nothing, you know, and it's okay to be submissive, you know,
Say that
and
again,
it's
please.
okay to be submissive.
Yeah, thank you. Now
I
we
don't want to
talking.
be masculine all the
Good.
time, and I only feel
don't
as
have
though
to
that I
be.
have to be masculine in certain
In
environments.
a work environment, you supposed
Not
to.
in my work environment.
In yours.
Not
but
in my corporate
I'm saying
environment.
in corporate.
In a
it's-
bartending
so you-
environment, absolutely.
So what you just said about the guy, the promoter, exploiting you and taking advantage of you, what my initial response gonna say to you is, it's a dog eat dog world.
Oh yeah.
You have to protect
Oh yeah.
yourself.
It's the
And-
trenches.
And that's what
It's
I'm saying to you.
the nightlife is the
It
trenches.
goes with the territory.
The nightlife is the trenches. Everyone is out for themselves, but I've never been that kind of
hear you.
person. I want us all to eat. Because the more that you make, the more they're gonna keep on coming back. The better vibes you serve.
I have a saying, together we are better.
Okay.
Okay? Together, everyone achieves more, which spells team. Okay? Teamwork makes the dream work. So what I want to say with that is, everybody come on down. If you got something to say when it comes to business and the state of black businesses here in Rhode Island, we're here at Halo. Okay? We'll be here every Thursday from 7:30 to probably about not whenever. Okay? And April 22nd, Saturday, we will be having a black business networking event here at Halo from 4 o'clock on, okay? So I want everybody to be aware of it. And look who just walked in the building, my boy Trap.
Are we done?
We don't know. Trap
Okay.
is here.
All right. Wait.
Go ahead.
So you said team, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember Snubs?
Absolutely
Okay.
remember Snubs.
I met one of the owners.
Okay.
What do you know about Snubs?
I know a lot about Snubs.
Okay. Who owned Snubs?
It was, see, I know Squeak. You know who Squeak is? That was the nephew of the owner of Snubs.
Okay. I'm gonna stop you right there.
Go ahead.
So I met one of the owners of Snubs. She's a woman. She's
Yeah.
a black woman.
Uh-huh.
She's Cape Verdean.
I know who
She's
it
from
is.
East Providence.
Absolutely.
And her 4 sisters owned Snubs. So I said, why did you name it Snubs? Because as long as I would drive by and growing up on the east side, my mom was always going to Snubs. I wanted to know what Snubs meant. She said, well, we did a contest and we asked the people to tell us what Snubs meant. So a lot of people thought it meant sisters, nephews, uncles, and brothers, when in fact that's not what it meant.
What it meant.
It meant sisters need unity before success.
That's what's up. Guess what I
So,
say?
and it
Black
was women
people need
owned.
unity.
It was
You
it was
get
it was 4 women,
Mm-hmm.
and she said her mother was the best door woman.
That's what's up.
So there was 5 women that operated that business, and it stayed open for 25 years.
I know.
And then what came around? That shit is a Domino's.
I know.
And you want to know who turned it into a Domino's? A black man that robs the hood.
Guess you always find a few people like that. There's a whole bunch of people who
It's
come in
terrible.
and exploit this, but the context is this. See, when you have a strong family, usually you bring the next person up.
Right.
It's like what's happening with us right now. I'm sitting here. Guess where I usually am? I'm usually behind the cameras.
Right.
Okay? Guess who's rocking and rolling with the cameras right now? My son.
Yes,
Okay?
and I
he's
appreciate
doing a
that.
great job over there.
Yep.
And it's because of my expertise that I pour into him every day, every week, every month of every year. But the problem that I see is, like I told you before, and I know you don't like when I say it, because it screams, oh, women are being too independent.
I'm
But-
always going to stand for the women.
and as you should, but the catch is, I'm gonna always stand.
For the man.
No, I'm gonna always stand for us together.
Okay.
Okay, and I believe that that's the narrative that we have to start pushing. We have to start, because look, like you said, you think I'm supposed to push man because you're gonna always push woman. Okay? That's
Well-
divided. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying,
We're
nah.
never gonna get to the end of this argument. She's gonna stand for women. It's not gonna break it, bro.
I'm not trying. I'm
Keep going.
come on over here. You could come.
Come have a seat. Come have a seat. I'm not sitting in the middle. I'm not sitting in the middle. You can have a seat because I'm not sitting in the middle.
I'm not sitting in the
Sit
middle.
right here.
I'm gonna sit right here. I'm gonna sit right here, cause I just want to say this though, right? I'm not gonna go at it with you.
I hear you. You don't have to.
I'm
We
not
did
going at
it.
you.
We
No,
did it.
where this is
good.
the open.
I know I was watching you. I was watching you, and I'm watching you, and I'm saying I'm just a matter of time. Ain't no alcohol right here.
No,
There's
there's
some
not.
alcohol right
We
here.
have drinks.
No, no shots,
No,
please.
no shots. No. Yo, Dame.
Keep it professional.
Nah, we'll keep
Trying
it
to be professional.
Yeah, okay.
We're trying to build a network
And that's
because
exactly
we want to
what it's
build
about.
generational wealth.
Exactly.
And
Unity,
that
you know?
that starts a lot within, you might know something that I don't know. James might know something that you don't know. And then we come together. So he knows an aspect of finance. I know an aspect of life insurance and health insurance. You know an aspect of resources out in the community that are helping you grant right
Shout out
and
to
do
Trap
business
for all the
purposes.
work he's doing with
Absolutely.
his helmets and his bikes and everything. And he's
Showing up for the kids.
for the kids. And I
Yes,
think there's not a
making the
single
community
person
a
here
safe
sitting
place.
here right now today
Right.
who wouldn't go all out for our
Right.
kids.
Right.
And that's what this network is about. Because if you want to show up for our children.
Right.
And that's where we need unity.
Right.
Nah, but the unity comes from when you show up. You got to show up with good
Yes.
intentions.
Absolutely.
I'm watching now that I'm dealing with brothers in the community and sisters. They're only coming for the cameras and
For
you're
their
coming
self-prophecy.
for something else. If you're coming with that in your heart, I can sense it. I'm a good at person. I'm a Gemini. I'm good at sensing right through you. And like I said, if I don't feel your sincereness, I don't even like you be around me because I can do it by
Right.
myself.
Right.
I like sincere people that are gonna come out and help me Sunday to give these kids these helmets to make sure that our kids are safe when they're riding these ATVs and these bikes. I want sincere people to come out there.
You gotta
That's
bless
not
the
people that's
helmets,
gonna go,
too.
Oh, Trap, I'm gonna make sure because I had people calling me telling me to make sure their kids get helmets. No, I'm gonna make sure everybody's kid get helmets. I'm
Right.
not singling out because I know you. This is not because I know your kids, they get the helmets first. No, this goes to the kids that I know that I watch come from F's to C's.
Bingo.
They're gonna get it first.
We expect
You understand what I'm
excellence in
saying?
our community. We want to push that. We want to push our kids to be better. Like I said, together we're better, but more importantly, it's about black excellence. And everybody sitting here today, yo, I really, really, really admire both of you guys. And I really, really
You
look
too,
forward
James.
to us doing more for our communities, okay? On the technical side is the STEAM stuff. That's science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. That's where my strong 20 years experience is. But the most important thing is creating generational wealth, like you said.
Yes.
And that's how we building our own
Yes.
black communities back up.
Because again, we're losing the youth.
Exactly.
And I see way too many times a GoFundMe. And for the $20 a month
I
that you
talk
could
to
have
that.
put up for your child
Listen to her now. You don't listen to me.
to get that $100,000 back and put it back into your family and don't touch that. That's how these other kids are so fortunate.
They're surviving.
They're so fortunate.
They're up here and we're down here.
And I've seen the
When
checks
homes-
cut
we live
from
in- they
life
live in
insurance
homes and
policies.
those property values go up, go up, go up, go up, and then the houses get passed down to the children. See what happens when we, as a people,
No, but I'm talking about stopping before there, bro. Before there is this. You should have got your kids all on this insurance plan
Right.
before this. We should
Right.
have
My
got to the
kids
house.
are good.
Right.
You understand?
Okay, my kids are
Yes,
good,
but you're not
okay?
telling others
Go
to
ahead.
do that.
Yes, that's what.
And that's where we're
Our
failing
community,
as a
this is-
community.
This is what we're doing as blacks. No black people that I know got life insurance.
Okay.
You know why?
Right.
Because we don't care about it.
Right.
You know why we got diabetes, high
Right.
blood pressure? Because we don't go to the hospital.
Right.
That's why. That's why. I watched me. I just had a cyst in my neck. It was blowing up, infected in my neck. I would not go to the hospital.
'Cause you
until I
was a
passed
fear
out.
of
And when I
knowing.
went in there, I was in fear of something, right? Because of the prison, the way they stuck needles in me all the time. I feared doctors.
So just
So
so
he
you know,
just-
I have something
he
that
just
I want
said
to talk
something.
about. Wait. I want to say this, okay? So when we talk about black business every week, okay, we want to highlight on certain parts, okay? I think I touched base with you talking about the Narcan being able to.
Yes, that's available to everybody now.
I have it where the RIPTA don't want to
Have
put them in
Narcan
their
in the
buses.
buses.
Okay, so
So then maybe we need a petition.
that we're doing that. That's what
Okay.
I'm doing. So there's certain things that I'm doing, certain fights that I'm fighting, but we want to spend time on unifying because we want everybody to unify so we can take one challenge and knock it down at a time.
All right, though, but how can we unify if we're not teaching our young
Right. So
brothers?
this is where we build that
You're talking
network.
about wait, see,
What she was talking about with the
This is
finance.
where we build that network.
that's what this is about.
This is where we build that
the
network.
U.S. Black Business Network.
This is
okay?
where we build that
Right
network. You
here
need someone
today.
from life insurance
We have
to
somebody.
come. And you need someone from health
Did you hear what I
insurance.
just said?
Yeah, I did hear you.
Okay.
We need someone from banking, right? We need someone from housing.
got that.
Right? Like this is like PHA, like
Them
Rhode
are
Island
elements
housing.
that has to come with that.
Right.
So what's
this
happening
is how you
listen,
build.
On April 22nd, there will be banking people here. There will be health insurance people here.
But we
I
need
want-
them to look like us.
See, that's the catch. So the catch behind this is this, okay? We do have people, but it's not populated here. Like
It
I said,
is, and I'm gonna tell you why it is.
Guess where we're at? We're in Rhode Island. Guess where this event's gonna be? Here in Rhode Island. Guess what I'm doing every day? I'm waiting for his man to come back to make the flyers so we can get people here.
All right, but you're not
Wait,
listening to
no,
what she's saying
I'm
all the way. Let her
This is
finish.
where the woman
I know,
gets
I
cut
want-
out.
I want to listen to what
This
she
is
gotta
where the
say all
woman gets
way.
cut out,
No,
and you
no,
wedge me
because
between the
I
two
wanna-
of
I just
you.
want to hear her. 'cause
Listen.
I-
Four people with
No.
Geminis, but
Yeah.
go ahead.
Geminis, but I want to hear because she's.
Allow me to be me.
Yes, I want to hear.
Remember
yes.
why you got me here.
Yes, I wanna
Okay?
hear her.
And allow me, okay?
Yes.
You need, because no one's gonna wanna sit here and listen to someone that doesn't look like themselves,
Facts.
okay? And that's how you bring the comfort level and the trust level there, right? So you need someone of color, you need the minority. There are black bankers. There are bankers
Here
that
in
are
Rhode
black.
Island.
Absolutely.
Name one.
In Bank of America. Lisa Ranglin.
I was
She's
about
a
to say-
She's
Reba.
not in banking. She's Reba.
She was.
She's Reba.
She
was.
worked for
Okay. She works
corporate
for nonprofits
America.
now. She's a paper person.
She worked
Okay,
for
we can
corporate
talk about
America.
Reba later,
She's
okay?
an example.
I know what you mean.
My
Go ahead.
sister is a black woman that owns a United Healthcare store. Shout out to Evelyn Gijan
That's what's up.
on Broad Street.
Shout out.
United Healthcare. This is a big
I
corporation
know United.
in every state, right? Some of us probably got their cards in our pocket. She's on Broad Street next to me, Sueño.
So bring her through.
Where do you see that at?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
No, time out.
She went to Broad Street.
Listen.
You see United Healthcare on Broad Street.
Wait, let me
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. There's black life insurance producers and agents and brokers out here.
I know.
I have a whole network of them. So you can't say, where do you have? I know a lot of people.
Did you hear what this man just said?
He wants, and
Did
then
you
I
hear
heard
what he
him.
just said?
There's one thing
You
that
know what
he
he
said,
just said?
that made my body cringe. He said he went to the hospital. So this means that
He
this
said he
man.
was scared to go to the hospital.
No. He went to the hospital for his care. So that means that this man doesn't know how to access his network
That's what I'm
of
saying.
providers. Hold on. To get a primary care.
That's
I don't
my
have
to
a
get a
primary
primary
care now.
exactly.
And I didn't know how to
Exactly.
They gave me this card when I got out of prison. I was supposed to do my so I could have life. Insurance.
Right.
He wasn't
But I never
comfortable
did it.
going there. He
I
wasn't.
never did it.
No.
I got sick. I went to the CVS.
He didn't know how to apply.
So this is what I'm saying. So what this is about here is to create the network so everybody have access.
Why we don't have black mental health doctors?
There are
I
on
never-
Thayer Street.
every
On
time
Thayer Street, there's a whole network of black mental. I work for health insurance.
See, this is.
I
the
work-
problem.
I
This
work
is the
for
issue.
a
Let me
non-profit.
speak. Let me speak. man.
Yep.
So this is why she's here. Okay. So what I'm saying to you is there's resources, but very few people have access to the resources. It's not what you know, it's who you know. If you know Nikki, now you know health insurance and all those different things. If you know me, now you know computers and stuff like that, okay? If you know me, you know housing. You get where I'm coming from? It goes like that. But what we have to do is we have to create that network so everybody knows there's one place where you can get everything and anything you need.
We did right now because now I know my brothers know we got mental health. Black
Yes.
Because me and my brothers
Very
been
much.
sitting around. And
Right
we've been
on
talking.
Thayer Street.
Shout out to Anastasia.
Anastasia,
She said
yep.
she's going to try to get us mental health.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of us in our community that are suffering from mental health.
Right.
That we don't get mental health treatment because I'm comfortable with white mental health doctors because I've been dealing with it for a long time. But it took me a long time to get comfortable with that white. Shout out to Dara.
To build that relationship.
To build that relationship with her, what I will open up with her. You understand what I'm
That's
saying?
the network.
And a lot of my people are not like that.
It's
You know
all
what
a
I'm
trust
saying?
factor.
Yeah, so they haven't got to where I have gotten. But I understand what they're saying. So I have reached out to Anastasia and I said, yo, I need help getting a black mental health doctor for our community. For women, because there's a lot of women that's been raped, been touched.
They
but ain't
suffer
said
from a
nothing.
lot.
They ain't said nothing to cops, nobody. You know why? They hold
they're
it in.
fair.
And then they're dealing with somebody like me that's running them around and they're snapping. I'm going,
What the hell is wrong?
Right.
Because she's holding in all of this shit that she ain't disclosed to her mother or father.
Yeah.
So this is why we need these people in our community.
That's
Yeah.
what the Black
And I
Business
stress this
Network is
because
about.
I talk to these people every day.
So what the website does is we're going to pull all of those people and put them on one website so everybody has one direct access to one place to get everything they need that they know is comfortable for our people, like what you just said, people of color, so they can feel more comfortable, more willing to come speak, more willing to come seek, okay? That's what the U.S. Black Business Network is all about.
Hey, yo, can I ask you a question, both of you? I'm a man of common sense, right? If somebody, man or woman, is saying some common sense to me, I'm going to listen. If when you're not listening, when somebody, man or woman, is saying some common, you're never going to get a resolution,
Right.
right?
So it's, see, this
So,
is,
can you agree on
Right.
that?
you're right.
So when I see you both going at it, we're not getting no resolution
Right.
because you're not letting nobody talk, both of you. But what I'm saying,
No, we got a resolution.
nah, because
Let me tell you what
You
I
try to
know.
cut me off.
Yeah, see, you both understand what I'm saying because I see it. You understand what I'm saying?
You try
Because
to cut
both
me
got
off.
good answers.
We didn't cut each
If
other
you
off.
listen to each other, I guarantee you we get more out of it.
No, this is
I
what
learned that.
This is what happened. When we started talking about the issues, it's easy. The conversation is fluid. Okay? But when we start identifying what the sex is, that's where the separation comes from. You get it? And that's what I'm saying. So in other words,
And that's where the area you got to stay away from.
no, we
That's
can't.
what I would
There's
do.
no
So-
way we can.
No,
that's
so
what I'm
the-
saying. What we have to learn how to communicate with each other. Okay? We cannot sit here like it. What happened is it'll stay the same. It means I'll feel more comfortable going to talk to a man. Okay? And we know we're gonna butt heads at first because guess what we used to doing? I'm talking to men, and she's used to talking to women, and I'm saying here, nah, we need to, like what I said to her. We was going back and forth, and right before you came, I said, shout out to all my women. Let's say that first. I need to hear you say shout out to my men.
Absolutely.
And that's what she said. So the context is we know we're going to disagree at certain times, but we have to learn how to foster the relationship. See, one of the things that we talked about off camera was about how we know we have differences of opinions, you know, but in every other...
It's all right to have an opinion. You can
Yeah.
have your opinion.
Yeah, but you
Exactly.
gotta-
You still need to work with each other.
I
Remember we
feel
said
like
that
the-
over
the-
camera?
I'm a solutions person. I don't
That's
have
unusual. Go ahead.
it's not.
For women.
Anybody that knows
I
me.
say that because I talk to her personally on a personal level.
Okay.
I have come back and forth
So
with her.
you already know.
Yes, I
Okay,
know.
go
I
ahead.
know that.
Okay.
I'm
Where
a
her heart's
person
going,
that-
I know where she's gonna defend.
I'm not with the shits.
Yeah.
For a lack of better word. You come to me, you tell me you got an issue. If I can't fix it, I'm gonna find someone that can.
You're a resource person.
And I'm gonna plug you in. So you can sustain
All
yourself.
on a positive level.
On a positive, and I want nothing back in return.
I get it.
I have put people in places and in positions.
I respect that.
And created
Do y'all
spaces.
do y'all think
So
I'm the person that don't want that?
I never,
no, I
I
don't-
never,
okay,
I
okay.
never wanna.
Go ahead.
I'm
gonna tell you why.
I don't,
Go ahead, go
I
ahead,
don't
go ahead.
boast. I don't do any of that. I'm I'm grateful for the achievements
humble, but
and
go ahead.
accomplishments that I have, and to see businesses still be open, you know? And I don't need to stay in that space. My greatest gift is knowing that I got them to where they needed to be, and I'll move along. But at the same time, I feel as though that in order to motivate anybody, they got to know what's in it for themselves.
See, that's an issue.
No, it's not, James.
I
No, it's
said-
not. You
Look,
got to
wait.
remember.
Can
I give you an example?
Go ahead,
Because
go
you
ahead.
try to again, you minimize everything I say. So take it like this.
How did I minimize?
Take it like this, right?
How did I minimize? I said there's a problem when
I've
people want
trained-
something.
I've trained-
always want something for doing something.
I've trained many and plenty of women.
You heard what I just said?
Listen to where I'm going with this.
Go
I
ahead.
trained many and plenty of women.
Yeah.
I can't tell this woman to pick up a weight without her knowing what's in it for herself.
That's my issue.
And that's how you motivate people. You can't tell someone, oh, let's get 1,000 people and they all throw $100. They're gonna look at you like you're crazy.
We're not talking about money. I'm talking about what you say when you make a statement like you just
Whether it
made.
be money or I want you to sip the
When
water.
Trap calls me, right, and say, yo, my brother, okay, I need your help with something. I come over there and I help him and I don't expect nothing.
Right?
Okay, so when I said I have an issue with that, is because that's my brother over here. You get where I'm coming from? My brother called me for something. He need my help with something. I'm coming to help him, and guess what I do? I help him, and then what I do, yo, and I'm gone.
But do you teach him?
Oh,
Did he teach you? So you know how to establish and get this all set up on your own?
he got his. not
Okay,
all of
so
it.
he didn't teach
No,
you.
you're not listening. Look,
But
look,
me,
look,
right?
look, wait.
But
You
me,
told me how to
I
do
would
it.
show you how to
There's
do
no
it.
way- there's
So
too
that
much. There's
no,
too
it's
mu-
not.
Oh,
It's
my
too much for
goodness.
you to give it to him.
It's called time.
So that's why.
Look, wait,
hold
no,
on,
no, no.
hold on, because now, right? That's why there's teachers and there's tutors. So a teacher is gonna teach you.
How to do it. Teachers only show you that problem.
A tutor's gonna show you one-on-one
So no, so the
because they know
problem-
they're getting paid for
No,
that.
The problem is
you know what I
just
mean?
kick the
A
can
teacher,
down the road. Like you kick the goalposts. Okay. What I'm saying to you is this.
James.
He didn't listen. He didn't come to me and say to me, "Yo, can you show me how to do all of this?" He never once said that.
I said, can
Okay.
you teach me how to do this?
He said, "Can you teach me how to do this?" I showed him how to do this.
I know how to do
Me, I'm gonna tell you. If I step in a room, this is where people think I know everything. Okay. I step in the room and I go, nah. You need this, you need that, you need this, you need that, you need that. They go, what the nigga? Why you trying to take over my shit? You understand where I'm coming from? So it's being
I understand
direct.
where you're coming from, but I'm gonna speak on a whole other front. Where I'm gonna say, me personally, if I'm in your shoes and I'm coming in and not saying you did anything
No, I'm
wrong, I know
listening.
what she's saying. Like
Yeah.
me, I'm coming in going, yo, Trap.
You gotta
I'ma
teach
you
them how to
do
eat
this,
for a
but I'm gonna teach you
lifetime.
how to do. I don't want to keep coming back, so I'm gonna show you how to do everything. I'm here. This is how you do. You see all the cameras I got? You say, yo, Trap. This is. That's what she's saying.
You see where you at? You see where you at?
Yeah.
You see where she's at right there?
Yeah, but
Guess
you-
what I said? I'm gonna tell you so both of y'all understand while she's sitting over there. Okay? She wants to have her own podcast. Okay?
Yeah, teacher.
And I said to her, I said, listen to me. I can get you a laptop so you can do your thing. But it's bad for you just to get your laptop because then you're gonna need help with this and you're gonna need
I'm doing.
your help with
Like
that
I'm
and this
doing.
and that. I said, you're better. Together we are better. Come
Yeah,
over.
but-
Look, wait, let me finish. Come over and see how it works.
Sit there.
Yeah, so you can see how to work this yourself, okay? See it in process. Don't jump the gun first or don't handcuff the person who's trying to teach you.
But that's the thing. That's the problem, that they want to keep you on that hamster wheel. They want to keep you stuck inside the system. So you got to keep on coming back to them so that they could keep on fucking sipping Kool-Aid. I'm not here to sip Kool-Aid.
Negative.
Nigga, I'm going to give you the fucking sugar, the cup, the water, and the
So you wanna
motherfucking packet.
so you wanna
and then I'm going to
occupy
let you
my year.
pick.
She
I'm
wanna
going to let you
occupy
pick.
me for a
Nah,
year.
no.
Yes.
You're acting like any other person, which is why we have the issue at hand. There's not one person.
Negative.
There's not one person.
You just went left.
And no. I did not go left. I'm taking
what
us
each
down.
one of those cameras do?
I get it.
That's what I'm saying.
I
It
get
takes
it.
time.
But however,
Go ahead.
then you need to allow them people. If they want that, they will invest in themselves.
That's my point.
They will invest in
Nikki,
themselves.
There's 3 things that you're saying right now that I take issue with. Okay.
You take issue with everything.
No, I'm telling you. Look, you just said 3 things. You said teach him everything.
Chuck, you come sit in my
Nick,
office.
Look,
You
Nick.
tell me you need a doctor.
Look what she's doing.
Wait, hold on.
Go ahead.
Because you try to interrupt me every time.
Go ahead.
You come sit in my office, you tell me you have a need, right? I haven't had a doctor, this, that, and the third. I got a display right here. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna pop my laptop into the display so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm gonna say, I'm going on our website, and this is how you can find a provider. Because I'm now giving you the empowerment. I'm empowering you for what I know.
Guess what I do?
You're going to leave out of there very satisfied. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to go tell everybody else that you see later on that you met me and what I did for you. And what am I going to do? I'm going to gain all those people. Oh, can I see Natasha? Can I see Natasha? Is Natasha here?
No, see what you
can,
doing
can
is,
I,
let me
can
tell
I?
you what she did. Let me
I'm
tell you.
empowering
No, you're
people.
not, and I'm
I
doing
never
this-
want
look,
people to
look
stay
what she
at
did.
bay.
Look what she's saying. She's saying, I'm not.
You're not giving
Like,
him
listen,
the tools.
you're wrong. You're wrong.
For the
Listen,
empowerment.
Look what she's doing. She's talking about what I do for you, and she don't know nothing that I do. She's telling you that I don't do nothing. That's what she's saying.
Did he teach you how to set all this stuff up for later?
'Cause you can't. Listen, and I'm.
Thank you.
Listen.
My
what
point.
Look, you can't teach
What
somebody.
camera are we
look,
on?
You cannot teach somebody 20 years worth of experience.
He don't want to teach you the 20 years worth of experience.
Like, look what she's saying. She's saying I should've. Look what she's
He don't
saying.
want, he's acting like the plug. He's acting like the plug.
You don't
Yeah,
want me to
acting like
go
the
there,
plug.
you see?
Yeah, acting like the plug. We're gonna take it to street talk. Yeah, acting like the plug. Where he's acting like the plug. The plug
You
don't
hear
want
her?
to tell you that the man in his passenger seat is
talk
the
about
man.
plug.
Like,
She want me to
nigga.
give you the keys just here. Take the
Why
handbrakes.
not?
You can't.
Why not?
It takes hundreds
Why
of millions of dollars
not?
to get hundreds of bricks.
You put-
You understand that, right?
No.
It do.
get
He can't
to get
afford
100,000
bricks.
Knowledge is
okay?
power. Knowledge is
Yo.
power.
Okay.
Knowledge is power.
No, you can't. Listen, the problem that we have
You had
is
your
exact-
ass to the camera.
Well, I got more than one. But anyway, so listen what I'm saying to you. And this is what the problem is with a lot.
Listen.
And I'm going to say it because you triggered me.
Because I'm going to stand on the fact.
No,
You
because
come to
what
me,
women do-
you're leaving with something.
Listen, what women do is this.
Now he's
Okay?
making it a woman
Look,
thing.
I'm telling you what you just did. You just spoke about me not doing something and you don't know nothing of what I did. Did you hear what I just said?
Yep.
You just said that I didn't do enough for this man, and you don't have an idea what
I didn't say you
for-
did not do
did.
enough for
You
him. I said
didn't
you did not teach
I'm
him.
teaching him. Look, she said I'm the plug. Didn't
You
say
didn't
that?
teach him.
I didn't give him enough.
No, I gave an example. I said you're acting like the plug.
You know how this conversation started? This conversation started because the first thing she said is you can't give somebody something without them expecting to get something.
No.
in return. Didn't she say
I
that?
said,
Didn't she
what
say
I
that?
said was, you cannot make anyone do anything without them knowing what's in it for themselves.
What's
You
been in
can't
it for me?
motivate
Look,
someone.
wait, look. What's been in it for me?
You can't motivate
Have
someone.
I asked for anything?
Nothing.
You want to know what's in it for me?
James.
Knowing my brother is being pushed forward and he's doing what he's doing that he loves doing. I watched this man do him. I watched him jump over obstacles and hurdles himself. You hear me? And I came in. I'm telling you, there's no way on God's green earth. You know how much stuff I know? I cannot download that much stuff in any short. You can't expect me to have downloaded all my 20 years worth of experience into somebody like that. I can't. That's why I'm opening up the STEAM program for the kids.
Okay.
Because there's no way
So
to give him.
I'm gonna give you an example. Doesn't the solar people come knock at your door all the time?
And guess what you do?
Yeah, they do.
They do, right?
They try to hook up this shit.
They do, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I live in a neighborhood, nice neighborhood. quiet neighborhood. So these kids are 7 o'clock at night, walking around, doodling. So I'm like, I got time. I work in sales. And one thing, I can sell anything. Once you know how to do sales, you gotta sell what, people only buy what benefits them. You can't sell me a van if I go to a dealership. The van's gonna do nothing for me. I don't need all that cargo. So they come, they knock at my door. She's like, oh, I'm like, nope, I don't own the house. My landlord lives in New York. You'll never be able to reach him. So I said, let me hear your sales pitch. She goes, well, we got solar and you'll get $1,000 back. I said, okay, well, what the hell is that to me? Like, you know what I mean?
Go ahead.
So I said, okay, but how is solar different than electricity? So she goes, well, we put it on your house and then it does. I said, okay. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, we just had a power outage. The electric just went out because someone hit a pole on the street before.
Yeah, the grid went down.
So I said to her, I said, oh, do you know that? She was like, no, did that happen? I said, yes. I said, so if I had solar, what would I have? She was like, your house would have never went out. And I said, oh, okay. I said, so what, the electric? She was like, well, your house, this house, that house are all connected to this one pole.
The grid.
So we're all connected to the same wire.
grid, yeah.
But when you have solar,
That's what I'm saying.
when you have solar power, that's solely on your house.
Absolutely.
I don't know nothing about that.
And you can
I'm telling
sell
you right
power
now,
to other people.
it's on your roof.
see.
No car is
Yeah,
gonna
what's the
come
point? What's
and
the
hit
point?
your roof.
What's the point? That's the point.
My point is,
Yeah.
she needed to use that example that just happened to my neighborhood as the prime example. I said, if they had solar, they would have stood and lit.
So the problem with solar, that example that you used, okay?
She said, ma'am,
there's pros and cons to every situation.
that's true.
Okay, the pros and cons to every situation is it's going to take you 5 to 6 years to pay off the costs.
I
of
don't
that.
care, but
I
at the
know,
end of the day,
but-
drunk people ride up and down main roads
Shout out to Halo Lounge.
and they fucking knock off the power. And
If you done got my boy Unique started, I'm telling you, he will go on and on with you.
Yes.
You should take this on and on.
he used to do this to me during my actual work days. I'm like, James,
Now you know what
not.
it is though. I really believe that he just thinks that, and he sees it that a lot of women go on social media and they're crying too much.
Yeah.
And it bothers him when it don't bother me.
so this year,
It bothers him. I know it. He shows me. He goes, "Chad, look at this." And I know it don't bother me.
I'm tapping into my submissive self. I
Not
don't want to
today.
be that
Not
masculine
sit trapped
person. I don't want to be that masculine person. I don't feel as though I need
Just now,
to.
like I said, the only thing that I said, and I want you to understand is that really there's no way everything that I do right here, that I've done here, a person can learn in 2 months.
Yeah, but you got to teach them. You got to
And
be a mentor.
I am a mentor.
You have to be a
I show
mentor.
up every time he needs me.
To his defense, every time he comes to house me, he teaches me something else.
Okay.
Does he teach
But
me
he's
it
making
faster?
you sip Kool-Aid. You're
No.
sipping Kool-Aid. That's Kool-Aid, Trap.
You have
That's
to-
Kool-Aid.
It's called
That's
overload.
Kool-Aid.
I can go. It's overload.
That's
You
Kool-Aid.
understand?
I don't give a hell. That's fucking Kool-Aid. And that's
listen,
rotten
okay.
and that's wrong.
Negative.
That's fucking wrong. It's wrong. Because it didn't take 20 years for your son to learn this shit.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
You bugging.
He's 21. He learned this
He's
at
been
one.
doing this since he was 1. What are you talking about? On every
Cut it out.
He's been on computers since before he could walk.
What?
Okay? Listen, do you understand what I'm saying?
James' main objective is to bring us together.
There you
Yes.
go.
So, with that being said,
I know that, and that's why
with that being said, don't have me on your team if you don't want to hear the exposure and what's
you
real.
Can't challenge
Because
me. You can't tell me. This is what she's saying. I should have done more. Okay? This is what she's
no,
saying.
I feel as though you should teach him more.
More. And I'm saying you don't know what I've taught him.
All I did was
you
simply
gonna,
ask
how
him.
you gonna critique and criticize
I'm not.
something? You are.
You
When
missed the
say-
question.
Listen. Anybody asks me.
Run
look,
that back, Quavo.
No, we
Because
don't
I
have
asked
to.
him whether
No,
or not
no.
if he would
Well,
learn how to set these
Because
up,
we
and he
never,
said no.
I've never set this up in his office.
Okay, and
Okay.
that's the answer.
No, but the catch is this. And when he said no, that I didn't teach him all this, you said you should have taught him everything. Meaning, I should have brought all my equipment and showed him everything that I know how to do.
James,
That's what you said. I'm just.
So
telling
this
you.
is how you create a curriculum,
Okay.
and you end up
No,
doing workshops.
You know Anastasia? Yo, shout out to Anastasia. She's
What,
a good one.
what's your shirt
You know?
say?
Oh, you know what trap podcast?
Okay.
I got on the back.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yo, he inspired
confinement
me to
is
put mine
torture.
on.
Solitary confinement.
See,
Is
he inspired me
torture.
to put mine on. This is my STEAM program for kids.
Okay.
Dominant Alliance Productions.
Okay.
What we do is that's what we teach. We teach them how to do their own podcast. We teach them how to record music. We teach them how to take computers apart, put them back together. It's a lot of things that I do.
A lot of moving parts.
Yes. And there's no way on God's
I
green
want
earth
to thank these
anybody
guys.
can learn that.
Every time this is so much nuts.
Empower people. You gotta empower people. You really have to tap in to someone's
what I'm here to do.
hero or feminine spirit, and the world will be a great place.
I'm doing that.
honestly.
Now, you know
That's
what
what
I
I'm
think has
doing.
to happen. I think that you gotta understand. And your understanding, your belief. I think that you're trying to force it down people.
No,
Yes.
I'm not.
No, just hear me out. This is my brother. This is my personal
I get
opinion
you.
because I love you.
I'm
I'm
listening.
giving it to you real because I know you'll give it to me real. And I think that what she's saying is, yo, if you're gonna help somebody, go all the way and help somebody because that's. And you do. And I'm never gonna. I'm appreciative of anything somebody ever does for me in life. I appreciate it because I come from the bottom. You understand what I'm saying? So I appreciate it. But what I'm saying is, when I go to help somebody, when somebody comes to me for help and they say, yo, Trap, can I get $20? Guess what I give them? I give them 100.
Right.
So when you understand what I'm saying? When somebody tells me, yo, Trap, can I stay for one night? I let them stay for 3 nights because I want to make sure they good.
So let me
You understand
explain.
what I'm saying?
Let me
so
answer
I
that.
understand her. What was she saying?
If you're gonna
but
do
you
it,
understand
do
what I'm
it.
saying? That's all she's saying. She's not saying that you. She's not saying you ain't doing nothing.
let
but
me
Don't
she's
get
saying
them
when you go do
Kool-Aid.
it,
The issue is the issue that I take issue with is she don't understand my life.
Yeah.
Listen,
Oh, he's very busy.
wait, listen. And the reason why I say you don't understand my life is because what happens is, and this is real talk. Like you know how he says, a person asks for $20, I'll give them the 20.
Yeah.
Guess what? Tomorrow, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna want another 20.
Yes,
And
because
guess
you
what?
never gave them the 100, so
Who
you're
can afford
sipping
to give
fucking
them 1,000?
Kool-Aid.
Like, listen,
James,
made her point.
No.
you made my point. Do you?
You
Operation
come right back
shut
to
down.
the next day.
Exactly.
If you give them the
You
100,
want
he
to
can't
keep
come back
people
to
on
us.
that
That's
hamster
what I'm trying to
wheel.
explain to you.
You
Look,
gotta-
it-
you
it-
gotta-
It doesn't matter if I gave them 100.
No.
He don't come back the next day though.
No.
They do.
If you give him 100,
No, they don't.
They,
They've been blessed.
There's people in the world who owes me $8,000.
Well, we don't talk about that 'cause you then made that $8,000 probably 10 times more.
Like, look, you can't make arguments. I'm giving you an analogy because I don't like putting people on blast.
Can I
And
ask you a question?
First, let me finish.
Why would you give the 8,000 if you didn't have it to give?
Excuse me?
Because you're sitting here talking about it.
Because I'm about empowerment people. You know how you just sat up there and talked about when he comes in and he needs a doctor?
Yes.
I'm trying to bring people to a level. But the context is I can't afford to bring 500 people to a level.
Because you need to start with 5.
No, you see,
And those 5 are gonna bring 5, and then another 5, and then another 5.
You don't know what I've done. You keep speaking from a place like you're like your place that you're speaking from
Is experience.
No, not for me. You don't know what I do, and when I'm not. How often you see me? Do you watch this podcast?
Yes, I do.
You watch, so you've
Yes.
seen me on them?
I have seen
Okay,
you.
but you don't know there's times I'm not on there and I'm still there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what I'm trying to explain to you is this. I wish there was 1,000 me's.
I
okay?
wish there was
And
another
I
me
wish,
too.
Look, and I
I
wish.
just get one more.
Yeah, I just want one me.
I'm
Like,
just saying
that's
what
it.
the context behind where the complaint or the criticism is disingenuous, okay? Is the expectation, because I can easily turn around and say, yo, how long you've known me? You never told me about this health insurance stuff. I'm not that guy. You get where I'm coming from? I'm the type of person, I understand we all live lives and we all do our own things. You get where I'm coming from? And we all can only do but so much, especially we have children. You feel me? So when we talk, it's easy to go, you should be doing more. But they usually say when there's one finger pointed at you, there's usually 4 or 5 fingers pointing back at you.
Okay,
So
can I
that's what I'm
stop you
saying.
right there?
Go ahead.
You only know about the health insurance because we're sitting at the table together.
So he only knows about what I
Because
showed
we're
him.
sitting at the table together. That's how you know that.
That's the only way I
Because
know.
I said, again, you got to put yourself out there and put yourself at the table.
I'm out
If
here.
you're not sitting at that table, you're missing out on a lot of bread.
We
You're
all
not
are.
breaking bread.
That's what this is about.
You're not breaking bread.
It's about
and at the
coming
same
together.
time, I'm never going to have the next person that's sitting next to me sipping fucking Kool-Aid.
Okay. See, she
I'm
keeps
never
going
gonna
back
do
to this
that
Kool-Aid,
because
bro.
again,
Yo, you keep
I've
coming
been
back to
in
this
that
Kool-Aid.
space,
Yo,
James. I've
you
been
know-
in that
look,
space.
Let me tell you something.
I've been in that
Do you know
space.
how much I've taught him? You don't know.
Wrap it up.
I've been in that space.
I want to thank y'all for tuning in.
Thank y'all. No sipping Kool-Aid. Stay transparent. Keep it real. Empower each other. Love each
Yo,
other.
See, and I gotta say this.
Health
I'm
is
gonna
wealth.
say this.
Close it,
I'm
close
gonna
it.
close it,
Close it,
okay?
please.
Yo, we all can expect more from one another. There's no way on God's green earth we can't expect more from each other. But we can't expect more from one another. People give what they can give, and you be appreciated for what they give. We can't criticize people if they're willing to help, and we can't criticize people if they're not willing to help. And we should never, ever ridicule somebody for giving you an inch because they didn't have to give it to you.
See, I can't stand for that.
Now, you said
But
that.
on that note,